A histogram displays the data by using vertical bars of different heights. Each bar represents a group of data. The range of each bar can be set as needed. If one bar is higher, it means that more data falls into this specific range. The intervals of the data, and therefore the bars, are called bins. The number of samples falling into the range of one bin is called the frequency of that bin. In difference to a bar chart, there are no gaps in between the bins in a histogram. That is because the histogram displays a continuous data set. The bin width has to be decided by yourself, and there is no right or wrong. But make sure the histogram shows the basic trend of the data. If the bin width is too small, then it will give details about the individual data, but it is hard to recognize a trend. Equally, you will be unable to spot trends in histograms where the bins are chosen too large.
For a histogram, you first have to write down your data and your bin range. Now we will use the data analysis tool that we have installed in the last video. Go to Data and select the Data Analysis tool. Within the tool, select Histogram in the options. Now you will be able to insert your input range, so the original values, as well as the bin range that we have noted down before. Next, you enter the output range and you tick the box for chart output. Now you can see your values with their frequency in their respective bins and a histogram. As described before, in a histogram there are no spaces between the bins, so they have to be removed from this Excel draft. You have to format them by double-clicking on the bars and now selecting the gap width to be 0%. Box and whisker plots, or box plots, are mostly used to compare two or more distributions. They do not show as much detail about the individual distribution as scatter plots or histograms, but give a good overview whether there are unusual observations, for example outliers. The plot shows the median that divides the data into equal sets by a straight line within the box. The ends of the box represent the lower and upper quartile, which are the values in the middle of both sets. The ends of both lines, so the whiskers, represent the smallest and highest data point. For a box and whisker plot, you mark all your values first and then select under histograms the box and whisker plot. Here there is still a large space, but we first remove the lower axes and then change the axes as we did before to a lower limit, starting from 1300 going to just 1900. Next, we need a legend. So at Add Chart element, we decide for a top legend.
Column and bar charts display categorical data, like drugs, animals, or experiments, with bars that show the answer to how many or how much for each category. Bar and column charts are different from histograms because they do not show continuous data. A column chart uses vertical bars to display data where the category is presented on the x-axis and the discrete value on the y-axis. In a bar chart, it is the opposite, meaning it has horizontal bars.
To create a column chart, we select the data, including the dataset labels. Go to Insert and select a 2D stacked column. Here, you now have already the datasets in different colors with a legend and stacked on top of each other. Now add the axis labels, so the treatment number and the plant family.